Hello and welcome to the Hangout session with Aino, and I'm Arindra. And okay, so we'll start with the general questions about the students. And also thank you so much, Aino, for giving us this time. So I'll turn it off.
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Aino, and I'm the study coordinator for the master's school program here at Aalto University. So you can approach me in all these kind of questions that you have sent to me right now. They are very relevant all, so thank you for them. I think I will start with the questions about arrival in Finland and the first steps after your arrival. So somebody asked if there will be an orientation program in the beginning of the semester. And yes, there will be. The orientation week will start on the 1st of September and last for the first week of September. So that's why we recommend that you arrive at latest on the weekend before the first week of September. That means the last weekend of August. The orientation week is very important for you to attend. We will go through all the questions that are relevant for your studies, and we expect you to remember some things from there. I know that it's a lot of information in 1 week, so you cannot possibly remember that all, but I hope that you get some kind of signal in your brain that this is what we talked about, and when you hear that topic again, then you know where to go and look for more information if that's needed. So the orientation program will be for 1 week from Monday to Friday, but on Monday there is no officially organized program for master's students. So this day is for you to get to know the places and get to know your student tutor maybe, and to organize all kinds of practical details such as enrollment, or if you want to open a bank account and these kind of things. So take advantage of Monday. There might be also some evening program organized by the student guild, but that is not compulsory for you to attend, but maybe something nice if you want to get to know the Finnish students or some other fellow students of yours. So then there was also a question about fees, if there are any fees applying to in the beginning of the semester that you need to take care of. So here in Finland we have a law which states that all students have to be members of a student union when they study actively at the university. So paying the student union membership fee is the only fee that you have to take care of when you arrive here, and this fee is required to be paid in order to enroll at the university. So when you come here, you go to the office of the student union, which is called AYY, Aalto-yliopiston ylioppilaskunta in Finnish. You pay the student union membership fee, or you can do this actually by credit card or by bank transfer in advance. So the fee is 103 euros for the whole year.
I just want to have a question regarding this. Like,
yes.
Is it like if someone is already a scholarship, if they have scholarship, they also have to pay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This applies to all students, irrespective of your scholarship status or any other status. And this fee is actually required for you to pay for all the time that you have some courses to be registered at Aalto. So you have to pay for the year that you're physically here at Aalto, and then if you're an entry student, you can skip the fee for the autumn semester that you spend at your exit university. But then again, you have to pay half fee, which is about 50 euros, for the spring semester when your master's thesis will be registered and when your courses from the exit university will be registered here at Aalto. So these are the tiny bits of additional fees that apply here, and they are all part of the category which is stated on your student agreement under some extra costs that are not included in your scholarship. This is more or less the phrasing there in the agreement. Okay, then you asked about registering your residence if you are European Union nationals. So I have some material to show you. Actually, related to this question and many other questions. I will soon, hopefully today or tomorrow, send you an email including electronic material, including this one. This is a survival guide that includes information for all international students coming to Aalto, and actually replies to many of the questions that you have presented to me here. So you can return to them in this guide if you want to, and I recommend reading it anyway. So as European Union citizens, you will need to register your residence if you're staying in Finland for longer than 3 months. So this means that you will have to fill in an online form before arrival. The address is in the survival guide, for example, or in the letter that you got along with your admission package, which is the welcome letter on behalf of Aalto University School of Science. Then you will, the application for registration can be done with this online form, but anyway, you will have to go and show some documents in person at the police station. So in order to go to the police station, you need to book an appointment. And I recommend that you do it already now, because the queues for the police station are quite long in the beginning of the semester when all students are looking forward to do the same. So it might take until October or even until November that you get a free appointment. So the earlier you are, the better chances you have to get an appointment as soon as possible. And the link to the system where you can book this appointment is also in the guide here. With the only exception to this requirement is the police station is in Helsinki. So if your student apartment is in Helsinki, that means that you're living in Helsinki and your official home municipality is the municipality of Helsinki. If you live in Helsinki, you can go to the Pasila police station, where they have open hours every Monday to Friday from 12:40 to 3:15 p.m. And that's when you don't need to make an appointment. You can go to register your residence there. But you have to prepare that many people are taking advantage of this opportunity and there might be some queues. All right. Then there was a question about visa for non-European Union exit students coming to Aalto. So first of all, I must emphasize that me as a university official, I'm not authorized to give official information about your visas or residence permits. The only authorized institution is the Migri, the migration services. So this is unofficial in a way. But the situation is that it's strongly recommended that you apply for the visa or the residence permit to Finland before arrival in the country where you're currently living in. So if you are in France, let's say, you go to the embassy of of Finland in France to apply for a Finnish residence permit. Okay. But in very exceptional cases, it is also possible to arrive in Finland with your current Schengen country residence permit. This is not recommended because this means that you cannot get a right to municipality, which results in trouble with all kinds of student discounts. So the very beginning of your stay here will be expensive without the student discounts. And it also means that you cannot leave the country while you're waiting for your residence permit. So not recommended. But if it's urgent and there are no other options, then it's possible. But you have to take it with your own risk and know that if the authorities at the airport are very, very careful, they might ask you, what are you going to come to do in Finland? And if you're coming to study, you should have a student residence permit. So the worst case scenario is that they don't let you enter the country, but only the worst case scenario. All right. At your arrival, like I have emailed you probably several times already, so you will need to present your original graduation certificate and final transcript. That was also one question from you. So this means that you need to bring the very, very original copy of your bachelor's degree certificate from the university where you took your bachelor studies, and the final transcript as an appendix to the degree certificate, both certified with university stamps or whatever is the way to do it at your home university with the original documents.
I have a question here. Like, is there a deadline for this?
Well, there is no official deadline, but that's why we will keep reminding you until you do it. So it's better to do it in the beginning of your studies at the enrollment.
Because
so you get it
I
done.
Remember that some universities back also in my home country, mostly the graduation is like in November or December.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that is fine, right? Like if at all.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that if you have not graduated when you apply, then you will need to prove to us that you have graduated before the end of July. So
okay.
This is required because your official study right at Aalto begins on the 1st of August. So our academic year officially begins on the 1st of August. And everybody who starts their master studies must be eligible to master studies before that date. And eligibility means that you have completed bachelor degree. So this is why those who have not graduated have a little bit of different schedule for this who have already graduated. And but everybody, including those who have graduated 20 years ago, will need to bring the original degree certificates and transcripts to Aalto when they enroll. And there is no need to send any documents to the master school office in Stockholm. If they need something, then we will send copies of your documents to them, so you don't need to send them to 2 different addresses. All right. Something about practical issues about living in Finland and in Helsinki. So maybe Arindra can help me with this, but I would say that it's good to prepare to have some 800 to 1,000 euros a month for living.
Yeah.
You can survive with less, but that is a little bit trickier. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. But in average, like I have seen like 700 euro is like yeah. So
depends a little bit of your rent.
Apartment. Yeah,
too.
Definitely. Yeah.
Because if the rent is already close to 500 euros, then the rest for living is maybe a little bit too little. But if your rent is 200, I think the lowest rents in the student rooms might be something like 200. Then
I'm staying in one of those. So.
Yeah. So that's if you get that kind of room, you're lucky. And then, I forgot to say about the other costs that you need to prepare to pay in the beginning of your studies. So the student union membership fee, 103 euros was one of them. Registering your residence at the police costs 50 euros. And you need to order a student card It is not compulsory, but it's very useful because you only need one card to get student discounts in the cafeterias, in public transportation, and in
gym and all.
Yes, all kinds of places. So the student card is about 15 euros. And then you will need to pay a deposit to the room, which you get. This is maybe 200 to 300 euros. Usually they ask you to pay the deposit before you arrive, and you will get the deposit back when you leave the room if it's in good shape and everything is undamaged. And then the monthly ticket to the transportation. I will talk more about public transportation later on, but it's very good system here in Helsinki, I would say, and you get a student discount to the buses. So the regional tickets, which includes Helsinki, Espoo, Vantaa, where the airport is, and the small municipality in the middle called Kauniainen, is 47 euros a month, I think. Yeah. So that with that ticket you can travel as much as you want to in all these municipalities, and that includes also night buses. So it's a very good value for the ticket. And as you know, we are currently in the municipality of Espoo here at the campus, but this is only 20-minute bus ride to the city center of Helsinki. So you will be moving between the city borders quite a lot, I would say. Some of you might even live in Helsinki, and the airport is in Vantaa, like I said. So, but if you only need the ticket to move inside Espoo, for example, you're living somewhere else here in Espoo, and you come here to the campus, and you don't go to restaurants or other places in Helsinki, then you survive with the Espoo ticket, which is I think approximately 25 euros a month. Yeah. So
usually, if you have the bus card, then you get the discount per per trip. It's it's valid till 1 hour 20 minutes, and it's like half of what you pay.
Yeah.
For example, if you go to Helsinki, it's usually €5 with the one trip ticket, but as a student you get it in like €2.50.
Yeah. So if you don't travel that frequently, it might be useful for you to just charge your card with value, which you just use by every time you use the bus. So, but a monthly ticket is of course useful if you feel like the total cost of the tickets that you use per month is more than the monthly ticket price, right? Okay. Then there was the question about local transportation, which we already talked about, and if there are some night buses. Yes, there are. I was checking the timetable for this week and for the next weekend, and I found that there are basically buses going from Otaniemi, from the campus, to the city center of Helsinki throughout the night. The night bus may take a little bit longer than the normal bus because they combine different bus routes and they make several turns and so on. So a normal ride during daytime would take like 15 to 20 minutes to Helsinki, but in the nighttime it might take up to 40 minutes. But there are connections throughout the night. And during weekdays there might be less connections. And now it's the summer season, so there are a little bit fewer buses going. So, but during the semester there will be more. So I think that's nothing to worry about.
And I think during the night after 2 a.m. till 5 a.m. There is a night charge for for one trip ticket.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's good to know. Then you were asking about scholarships. And I think at this point it might be good to shed some light on this task division between the university and the master school office, and possibly other stakeholders too. So each university in the EIT ICT Labs Master School is in charge of the studies and degree requirements, graduation process, and so on. But everything that comes to admissions, scholarships, and insurances is taken care by the common master school office, which is located in KTH in Stockholm. So unfortunately, the universities are not informed of the scholarship payments and these kind of things. That is handled by the master school office together with the student. So the question was when you will get the first scholarship payment in the autumn semester, but unfortunately, I don't know exactly. I remember that it was not in the very beginning of the semester, so I think it's good for you to prepare to 1 or 2 months without the scholarship, so have some savings for the beginning of your studies. And at the master school office, there are 3 key people who you can contact about these things. So there is Miss Karin Högström, who is in charge for admissions. She can be contacted in admissions@ictlabs.eu. There is the study advisor, Helena Törnqvist, who can be contacted in studyadvisor@ictlabs.eu. And finally, Magnus Lindqvist is in charge for general things, including scholarships. So he can be reached in masterschool@ictlabs.eu. And of course, you can also contact all these people in Yammer. And here at Aalto, I can answer to all questions regarding studies in general and your student life and so on, and degree requirements and administrative things. But each of you will have responsible professor or academic coordinator in your major, and this person is the main contact person for questions regarding the content of your studies. Okay, do you have anything to add to this?
Not really, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite clear.
Yeah.
Just I think that I received my first installment in like the beginning of November, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's better to like have some money in the beginning, like.
Yeah. Better to prepare for the long waits than.
And initial week and the initial month is very expensive because you have to go through many stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's better to have some cash.
That's true. Okay. You were asking also if there are some startups around the campus. That is quite an easy question to answer. Yes, there are plenty of them. Otaniemi is actually one of the biggest technology hubs in the Nordic countries, if not the biggest. So there are lots of companies and startups around here. Closest of them are just here at the co-location center, like 10 meters over there. So you really get a close contact to them, and it's not a long way to Keilaniemi, which is the area with the headquarters of many of the biggest companies in Finland, like Neste Oil, Fortum, an energy company, Nokia, where nowadays Microsoft is there, and Rovio, famous for Angry Birds, is there as well. And here in the campus, we also have, well, there are startups here at the EIT ICT Labs co-location center, but a half a kilometer over there is the Startup Sauna, which is an initiative of all the students, and it's also kind of a host for startups, and it supports startup activities. So, well, yeah, there are plenty of startups around here. Then, what should we talk about? We should talk about Yammer. So there was a question if is there going to be an online community in Yammer? I'm not really sure what this question was referring to. Maybe it was about an internship online community or housing or something like this. Well, nothing like this has been created yet. Maybe there will be something, but I'm not aware of that, at least yet. But all students who are coming to Aalto next autumn should have access to Yammer by now, and you should all sign up to the Aalto group in Yammer so you get my posts and the documents that I send there. Usually I send everything also by email, but sometimes Yammer might be a quicker way to chat or to share something if you want to. Okay. Then the biggest question was about the internships and the final degree project. So the final degree project is a common word that we use for the three components. So it's the internship, the innovation and entrepreneurship minor thesis, and then your master's thesis. And all of these three should be connected to one another. They all make one package called the final degree project. So basically, you should do an internship about something that is related to your master's thesis. The master's thesis, of course, should be related to your major and your specialization. And finally, your innovation and entrepreneurship thesis will be kind of the business model version of your master's thesis. So the last semester of your studies, which means the fourth semester, so the one that the spring semester at your exit university, is completely reserved for the master's thesis, the internship, and the INE thesis. You can, in some cases, you might be able to start your internship and master's thesis work earlier, but it depends on the university. So in this case, it's the exit university who will shape the schedule for this, and also the requirements about the internships are set by the exit university. So there was a question if the internship is paid. Then I must say that this is unfortunately also up to the exit university country. There are very different cultures in the master school countries regarding the internships, and in some places the internships are paid. Some get smaller salaries and some get higher salaries, and some places they are unpaid. So it varies a lot. But here in Finland, we have a long tradition of paid internships, which are actually not called internships, but they are master's thesis positions. So companies hire students to write the master's thesis on something that benefits the company. And well, it might not be exactly the same document that they submit at the university, but it's the same topic anyway. Finnish students usually get these positions at the company where they are working during their studies. So they just continue working there, and during the period that they write their master's thesis, the thesis will be their main duty. But I must say that it is not as easy for you guys as international students, and especially in the case of this kind of double degree program, where you actually need to find the internship in 6 months or less than 6 months that you have here in Finland before you should start doing your thesis and the internship. So I would say that based on the experience of this year, those students who really put the most effort, they found found the internship that was most interesting for them, and they got to choose from different offers, and they got a position with salary. But it is not, we cannot guarantee it, to be honest. And you should not be too strict on yourself, and not be disappointed if you don't get a high salary or salary at all, because it is really not easy to get this kind of positions. It is also very expensive for companies to hire people. So if they hire somebody, they really want to make sure that it's a perfect match for them too. So that's why it is hard for us to prepare them for receiving you as interns and without getting to know you. So being proactive yourself is the key to success in this case. Okay, you asked when you should start writing your master's thesis. Well, like I said, this depends on your exit university. So those who are not spending their exit year here at Aalto, I'm afraid that I cannot say much to you. But for those coming here, the best advice is start as early as possible. But of course, this depends on your internship, because the thesis and the internship should be connected to one another. So before you know where you're going to do your internship, it's hard to decide your thesis topic, and the other way around also. So if you start early, then you start connecting these 2 points, the thesis and the internship, little by little, and they start to interact. So just be prepared to have enough time for that. We will organize some kind of matchmaking event or get together for the students. I don't know how it will exactly be organized this year, because last year we only had 7 students, so it's going to be a little bit different this year, as we're going to have 20 exit students. So we have to figure out some new ways here as well. And if there will be some community in Yammer, I will let you know. It has not been created yet, but we are trying to look for all possible ways to support you in this search for internships.
Just to add that there are also fairs which are organized by Aalto University. I think it's Talent Search Fair, which is usually in the November month in Dipoli. So it's a very big, and there are almost like 40 to 50 employers there. So that's a good way to.
Yeah, actually, some of our students found good contacts there. But I will inform you about this fair later on. It's called Talent IT.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have also sent a document to all exit students, which includes links and other practical tips to job portals and places where you can get good contact to the companies. And so you can read that through. I have also posted it in Yammer, so you will find it there. Then, well, again about the schedule, then you should start at latest in January. You can start earlier if you're able to, if you know what you're going to write about and where you're going to do your internship at. There is nothing to stop you to start in September if you are ready to do that. But of course, you will have normal courses in the autumn semester, so you will only be able to focus full-time on your final degree project in the spring. But sometimes, I mean, based on the experience of this year, we noticed that sometimes it might be hard for the companies to recruit people just before the end of the year, because they are still undecided about their budget for the next year. So maybe if you start before the end of the year and then continue after Christmas holidays and in the next year, then you might have better chances. Just an idea. And in order to graduate in 2 years, which is the requirement in this program, you should submit your master's thesis and your I&E minor thesis by the end of June at Aalto. This applies to Aalto exit students only. I mean, Aalto entry students somewhere else follow the schedule of their exit university. And then if you follow this schedule and submit your thesis in time by the end of June, July will be a holiday month, so your professors and even me and basically the whole university will be on holiday. So there's not much happening then. But then in August, your thesis will be evaluated and approved, and you will graduate in the end of August, which is usually the last Friday in August. All right. Then, oh yeah, the innovation and entrepreneurship thesis. It is not like the master's thesis, so it's not as comprehensive and big, and it doesn't have to be approved by both universities. But instead, it's like a normal course, which is an essay that you write about your master's thesis or internship topic. So here at Aalto, you submit this essay to the local innovation and entrepreneurship coordinator or teacher, which is either Olli-Pekka Mutanen or Håkan Mitz. Yeah, and the grade of the I&E thesis is registered at your entry university, just like the normal courses are also registered there. And you should submit the I&E thesis simultaneously with your master's thesis or a little bit before that. But it's maybe not recommended to start to write the I&E thesis before you have a good idea what your master's thesis is about, because this should be a kind of like an addition to your master's thesis, and it's difficult to make it before you are very sure what your complete thesis is going to be about. Okay. Yeah, then you asked also if you need to, or how to find a supervisor for your master's thesis. Well, again, this is up to your exit university, but here the best first contact point would be the responsible professor of your major or your academic coordinator. And these people will be able to help you. Either they will be the supervisors themselves, or they will help you find the suitable professor who can be your supervisor. We always try to find, of course, the professor which has the expertise in the topic that you're going to write your master's thesis about. So who's going to be your supervisor depends on your topic. Yeah. I don't know, I think this is basically all the questions that you sent to me before. I know that there is many things that are still unanswered, but
I have just one question.
Yeah,
sorry.
Go ahead.
About the holidays, like the Christmas holidays, if the students want to go, like what is the time for that?
Good. Actually, I have to check it here because I remember there was a schedule. So in your survival guide, page 11, well, next year the Christmas holidays will take place from the 20th of December until 5th of January. So that is the period that you are 100% surely free to go where you want to. It is possible that you will not have exams until the 20th of December, so maybe you can leave earlier. But at this point, also about the academic calendar, it's good to note another very useful source of information, which is the student web portal at Aalto called Into, or Into, intu.aalto.fi. So when you go there, and you go to School of Science, you will find most answers to all study-related questions. In some cases, ERT ICT Labs Master School students are a little bit exceptional because you are officially degree students at the university, but you are only spending 1 year here at Aalto, unlike normal degree students who are here for 2 years or more. So this is why there is this category double degree students where you fit into, but in some cases this is a very well, this category doesn't exist, so you have to choose to be either a degree student or exchange student. And I have already told you that, for example, in housing, when you search for student rooms, you can search for the rooms reserved for exchange students as well. But anything that that applies to the university and your status here, you are degree students. So there's also a separate info page. I will send you the link to that page as well, which is for this program only. So you will find the curriculum there, you will find the contact information of the professors, and some forms and other information material which is specific for this program. So remember survival guide, and then remember info pages, and remember your letter of admission, which already contained lots of information about Finland and about Helsinki and your studies here. And then, of course, I encourage you to search for information independently. But if it's if there's something that you cannot find an answer to, or you don't understand something, then always feel free to contact me either by email or in Yammer, or just come by at the office. My office is not here at the co-location center, but in the building a couple of 100 meters that way. And whenever the door is open, you are free to come in and ask your questions.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I think it's almost 40 minutes, so I haven't expected that it will be long.
Yeah.
But okay, so thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.